Okay, I'm so excited we get to paint the unicorn today. So these are the colors I gave you. So if we had all the colors in the rainbow, you'd pick your own background color, your own unicorn color, your own mane. But since we all had to get the same colors, this one seems to be the most popular with a turquoise background, favorite color, and then a rainbow mane. Okay, and the background is pretty straightforward, easy to paint. The horse, she has some gray shadowing. You see this? Like up close? Like there's some gray, but it gets smeared in a little bit, so it gets disappearing and thin. That's what we want. It's not the gray, but this edge that turns invisible white, like it disappears, that shadowing, right? And then this mane is pieces of magenta, pieces of blue, and white along her neck, and then you push the paint and you make streaks. But if you keep touching it too much, it gets blue because of all these colors. See this one? And purple. Do I hit purple? I touched all these colors too much in the bangs, and the two darkest colors came out. So streaking the colors and make stripes of the colors. Like this one's my favorite right there. Like there's white, magenta, blue. But if I touch it one more time, it'll just turn, oh, not high enough. If I touch it one more time, it'll just turn blue, right? Oh, I'm gonna keep touching it. The whole thing's blue. Okay, and then here's this one, right? And then this one, I didn't use enough paint, right? So I was gentle with my paint, so I went flick, 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 but it's not smooth, right? Look how dry it looks in between them and stuff. So it looks dry, and that's not as pretty as this one with way more paint is smoother, right? So like, oh yeah, that one looks all scratchy. This one's scratchy and that one's smooth. So it's how much paint. So when I go swoosh, it like pulls the paint like that. So everything I just said makes absolutely no sense because you have no experience. So as soon as we start painting, and then I go, oh, this is like the thing she said, right? So that was an overview, what we're gonna paint. And this is our unicorn. And I did it in silver Sharpie, right? So, because pencil tends to bleed a little bit. And then the silver looks pretty, and you can let the silver show or paint over it. Both are good. Let me change my light. It seems to be too reflective on my, there, at a different angle won't be so, there, it's better, not so directly on it and shiny, my beauty light. Okay, so we're gonna paint her with our big paintbrush, our biggest paintbrush. We're gonna use this for the horsey face and the background, right? Because it's the most stuff, holds lots of paint, which is good. But we want to, I do the face first because her face is white. And if we did the background first, we'd have turquoise in it a little bit. So we'll do the face first. And I painted the eye, the nose, and the mouth with black Sharpie because black Sharpie is really hard to cover up. So we'll be able to paint over, just a little bit, over the eye with white, but you'll be able to still see that eye, right? So you don't have to like go around the eye, right? You can just go over it a little bit. Okay, so let's get all our paints out, because what we're going to need is white and gray for the horsey. I'm going to get all mine out. And I'm just going to open my white and open my, get out of here colors, crowding me, and gray. See, we don't need very much gray. It's just a little tiny bit of a shadow. Why? Because she's a white horse. Sometimes the shadow of white is blue or purple, right? But this time we're using the shadow of white as gray. So this one has the same thing. That's an accident. Look what I did. I went, that's oops. But it's gray underneath her jaw, right? And I make baby gray by mushing it into the white. But then I go farther away into the white and let the gray run out, and she turns invisible. So we're going to do that. So I get my white, and we're going to outline her face. Oh, let's just do her face. No, her neck first, which will be along the jaw up to the ear, and this whole neck part, because the shadow on the neck is easier. But we're going to have to outline it. So this is how you outline with paint. When you smash your paintbrush onto the canvas, it goes and it opens. So I just go boop, and look at her spread out like that. She gets humongous. She opens. Well, once I get paint on there and I go whoop, I actually outline with one hair. And you don't scribble with paint. That's for crayons and markers and stuff. With paint, you push your paint. You're a bulldozer, and you push the paint. You know how a bulldozer pushes sand, and on either side there'd be a pile of sand? That's what your paintbrush is going to do. So I go smash, and then I sneak up, ooh, and one hair is going to touch the line, and then I push my paint. Okay, so now let's try it. And this is going to be white paint on a white canvas. It's going to be hard for you to see, but you can trust me. Okay, so I'm going to stab my white like I'm mad. I'm going to get a lot. I don't even care. Stab! I got a lot. Now you do it. Because then we're going to open, when we touch our canvas, and it's a lot. And then I touch my canvas and my paper goes whoop, and then I sneak it up to the line. So I'm actually under the line. Let me get closer so you can see. Stupid reflection. And I go smash. Oh, now I'm going to sneak up. Oh, I'm touching. Now I can have one hair touch the Sharpie. Like, oh, I went over it because I'm at a weird angle. And I go, woo, and then it turns dry. Should I scribble to try to get more paint? No, I just stab my white and go smash. Sneak up to the line again and push. Now you do it. See if it's true. See if it's true. You test it. Because, you know, no matter what people tell you, you're like, what? And then you do it, and then you understand. Right? So, lots. And why lots of paint? We have far to go. But it's far. Right? And watch me. I'm just outlining. So I went smash, push. One hair is touching Sharpie. Oh, but I ran out of paint at the bottom. I need more. It's supposed to be slippery, slippery white. Lots. Let me try to get smooth. Oh, that's thicker. It actually has texture. It's a little bit lumpy. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it's lumpy. Okay, now let's go along his face. It's like a backward C, right? It's the same as my face. Right? Backward C. So from the ear to the jaw is like a backward C. It doesn't really matter, but we're going to go backward C. Like oh, as if this was part of the jaw, was part of the same rainbow. Backward C. Backward C. Let me come closer so you can see. Ear, backward C. Jaw. Her chin. Horses have giant chins with lots of muscles because they have to chew hay. It's hard to see. Let me bring it closer. Weird white on white reflection. So I went backwards, see. And I have this line. And now let's do this neck. Now that you've done two, how easy is this going to be? So I get white, stab. And I'm not going to land on the line. I actually land next to the line and smash. Open my paintbrush and scooch up. Oh, now I'm touching. Now I can outline it with one hair of my paintbrush. There. And why do we outline first? Because once you outline something, your brain stays inside the lines. It's all those years of coloring books. And then your brain will stay inside the lines because you outlined it. It's a brain trick. Nice. Now I have to get his whole neck wet with white. The only way you'll be able to tell because it's white on white is if it's shiny. But we're not going to go side to side. We're going to go with her muscles. You know, this big muscle they have. So I'm going to go up, down. Oh, that's all dry. I can hear it. Listen. Oh, it's not enough paint. I'm going to get more paint. Stab. up, down. Oh, smoother. Up, down, like little backward C's. It kind of goes like this, you know. Look, I don't know if you can see, but look, I'm totally missing spots, not shiny. I get more, stop, more, okay. There's one. Oh, there's more. I'm looking for shininess. I'm hunting the light to make sure I don't leave anything not wet. But see how you can be up and down and fast and you're not worried about falling outside of his neck because you outlined it. And are we using the tip of the paintbrush? We're not, right? It's a little sharp. We're actually using the side of the paintbrush and we push her up and then we push her down. The tip of the paintbrush, she's a little sharp and she'll scratch the paint off. But if you notice, you're automatically holding the paintbrush upside down to push up and completely flat pushing down. You're like, how'd my brain know that? I don't know. Painting's innate. If you use the tip of your paintbrush, it'll scratch the paint off. And you're like, why is it taking the... Because you're using the tip and she's really sharp. But if you lay it down flat, flat and smooth, flat and smooth, flat, flat, oh, you just let her open. Open. Who feels good about that? Did we go side to side? No, because her muscles don't go side to side. It's up and down. Who's ready for some shadow? Me? Okay. So now we can get our little medium-sized, oh, look, I broke her. Little medium-sized paintbrush. There's an itsy-bitsy teensy one. What do you think she's for? Mouth, eye, nose. That's all she's for. But this one, medium size, she's going to we're going to borrow her just to drop off some gray paint. But the big paintbrush will mush it in. But I'm going to put some, where does it go? So, shadow on the very back of her neck. And it's very dark when I first drop it off. But as I mush it in, I go farther away from the side. I go closer inside her neck. And I run out of gray paint. And then there's a neck shadow right down the middle. I have that same one. Right there. So I go, oh, right there. So we'll do those two. So I'm going to get the gray. And how much gray? I don't know. Depending on how much you get is how dark your gray is. I don't know. So you just stab it. Good enough. And then, yeah, some of you have a yellow paintbrush, some of you have a black one. It's all good. So I'm just going to drop it off like it's a booger and I want it off my finger, just like, oh. And I just, on the white, along the neck, like, get off my paintbrush. Ew, that's all. But are we done? No. That's just dropping off the color. How come I couldn't use the big paintbrush? She would get so much paint, we would never make it disappear. She's a big paintbrush, picks up a lot of paint. So she picks up just some. Now we switch back to medium paintbrush. Biggest paintbrush. And then should I worry about that and color it in? No. I'm about to smear it. But I can only be one finger big. So I'm going to make baby gray right now. So I don't want to be bigger. I just stay one finger big, one paintbrush big. I'm just going to go all the way from the ear, off the page, and then back up to the ear and back down. And look it's turning baby gray. All the way up to the ear, all the way off the page on the bottom. Baby gray happened. Look, I made baby, and it's a little bit stripedy, and I like it. Now you do it. Mush it in. But did I go bigger? Did I make it bigger? No, it's still just one paintbrush fat. One finger fat. Okay, mine's like 2 finger fat. Depends on how big your fingers are. Remember, Alexa, we're just drop off the gray. Don't paint. Just go like you don't care. Don't paint. Painting is actually mushing in the color and making something new. Who has a new baby gray? Valencia, switch to the big paintbrush. Valencia, can you see me? Can you hear me? Uh-oh, she can't hear me. Okay, now I'm going to go like this and I smashed in and made a new color. Alexa, get your big giant paintbrush. Where's your big paintbrush? You have to make the baby gray now. Now mash it in. Smash in the gray and make a new color. Push it into the white. Smush, smash, smush, smash. Somebody help Alexa. Okay, now I have, what color do I have in my paintbrush? I have baby gray. How about if we sneak, oh, look at Puppy, wants to see. Hi, Puppy. She's nosy. Okay, now I have my big paintbrush, and I'm gonna go, this is my baby gray. I wanna do one more closer. I'm not gonna get any more gray because it's in my paintbrush, but I'm gonna touch the, not the outside. I like how it looks on the out. Oops, I touched it. But this edge, it looks like a flag, like a perfect stripe. I'm just gonna touch this with just what's left in my paintbrush and mush it one more time. Look at now, it turns an even softer baby gray. I can't go deeper. I'm just doing this very edge and help her turn invisible gray. Just the inside edge. I don't go and get more gray. I'm literally trying to run out of gray. My gray is disappearing. It turns to mist and I can't see it anymore. See, I touched the inside of that, the part closest to her neck, and I just made, just with the gray that's left in my paintbrush, I make a soft, invisible gray. Because how many color values do you need for 3D? 3, dark, medium, light. So where is your gray darkest? Touching the mane. Where is your gray medium? Right here in the halfway spot. Where does your gray disappear into lightness? The last row when you're getting further away. Let's do one more row even further away until it literally turns invisible. So I have dark, medium, completely invisible gray. So it's very dark, right? Then the next row, just with what's left in my paintbrush, I make like medium gray, and they're touching, just like I'm vacuuming or mowing the lawn. Then the very last row is like invisible clear, right? It's like, why did I even bother? I could barely see it. Exactly. It turns invisible. Now we can do the muscle one. Okay.
Wait, what if you made the line too thick?
Oh, just go like this. Get a little poke of white and tell her to calm down, Cray.
Oh, thank you.
You know, because she's too dark. You're like, calm down, put some white on her. But all paint darkens when she dries. Did you know that? It's true. So this gray that we put on right now looks really babyish. Wait till she dries. Then she's really, really dark. And you're like, how'd that happen? Because white is mostly gel. White gel. And it turns clear like Elmer's glue. And you're like, where'd my, what? Well, the white disappeared. Okay, now I'm going to get the, oh, what about the neck? It's just like a backwards C, like from where her jaw is. Like there, right there. And it just goes, whoop. It's like a little line. So I need my tiny paintbrush. Why? Because she picks up less paint. This would pick up way too much gray. And I'm just going to get, instead of a stab of gray, maybe a poke. So switch paintbrushes, smaller for less paint. And I'm just going to get a poke instead of a stab, right? Not mad. I just go and poke. Oh, there, I got some. Just some. How much is some? Just softer is enough. And then where does it go? Where does it go? Here's her jaw. It's in the very middle of her neck. Everyone knows middle, halfway. And there's her jaw. So I just go, okay, from where the jaw is and down. That's it. And do I play with it or not? No, this paintbrush is just to drop the gray off. I actually play with it with the big paintbrush. Now you do it. Ew, that looks bad. Looks like, what does he have on his neck? I don't even know. What is this? It's like a gray stripe on his neck. What? So I get my big paintbrush to smush it in. And how many color values, darknesses of gray do I want? Some part will be dark. The next row will be even lighter. And then it turns invisible. But I have to do it on both sides. So it'll go dark, medium, lightest. right? Oh, weird. Well, let's just try it. Just mush it in and turn it baby gray first. One paintbrush thick. So I just go, all right, let me just turn it to baby gray. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, there. And what I do, I just mushed it in so with one paintbrush white. And I'm mushing it into the white and made baby gray. And what if is your white dry already? Get a little poke of white. Poke. Then you got more moisture on there. How come we don't use water? Because it's a solvent and the little drips will ruin your painting. Remember I told you about that? Okay, now it's like this a baby gray stripe is still perfect. We want the edges to turn misty, invisible, misty, invisible, misty, invisible. So what color is in my paintbrush? Baby gray. So I'm going to go on the outside edge of it and see if I can. I'm not going to touch the middle of it. She's my dark. But what if I touch the very edge of that stripe just with my dirty little paintbrush and try to make fuzzy edges? My paint's drying. I can feel the texture is totally different. Should I get a poke of white? A tiny poke of white for moisture. Okay, there. Oh, that's way more slippery. Okay, now I have a softer edge, and I'm just trying to make the edge invisibly. And she's more misty. I go, oh, the edge of it is so almost like it disappeared. It disappeared into nothing. It's invisible. You know what we just did? A blend, an ombre, a fade. Does that make sense? Right? Oh, what about the front of that dark gray stripe? Could we turn the front of it a little bit blurrier? Oh, okay, let's just touch the front of it and see if we can't help her go, calm down, front of the gray. Calm down. You're just too dark, front of the gray. There. That's mistier. Nice. So how many versions of gray did we make? It was very gray, right? And we give it permission to be dark like that. Then it's medium as you start to run out of the gray and the white. Trying to run out on purpose. Then it turns invisible. Like it totally disappears into the white. It turns mist. Like there's no more gray left in my paintbrush, but I keep touching it and it turns to invisible mist. Shadow. And you can do the same thing with highlighting, which is making it brighter. Maybe adding some white to a color. Now let's do her face. Okay. So, all right. So from wherever that gray stopped, right? So it's way back here behind the ear. And then outline her nose. What if I go over the eye or over the nose? Is that bad? No, because I did it in black Sharpie. If you put a ton of white paint, you'd get rid of it, but we're not doing that. And then go around her chin. But then when we get to the chin, remember it's backwards C, right? I didn't draw it on there because it would actually show through the white, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to stab my white. How come? I have far to go for outlining, so I just get my white and I start, and I load up my paintbrush with a lot. Because I'm doing that bulldozer trick where I push my paint and one hair does the outline. And now you have proof that it works. So now when we do the face, trust. Okay, you have proof that you know how to do this. You already did it. So I'm going to go back here behind the ear and land and push. And then the forehead. Oh, and I'm already running out of paint. I need more paint. It turned dry. Okay, so I stab. And I'm inside her face, and then I sneak up to the line. So I land in her face, and then sneak up to the Sharpie, touching the Sharpie with one hair, and turn the upside down rainbow. Whoosh! Now you do it. See if it's true. Look how good you outline that. How come it's true? I don't know. Emma, go ahead and turn your painting towards you. I just need to see a speck of it. No, towards you, because you're reaching all awkward like I have to paint. You paint regular. Just paint. So, yeah. I just need to, see a peek of it so I can tell if I'm pacing with everybody. You were reaching all like me, like I have to paint sideways. This is very awkward. Okay, oh, how about her mouth and her chin? Okay, so stab, more white. I bet you guys went ahead. You weren't waiting for me. So I land on her mouth, smash. I open my paintbrush so I can see that one hair. Chin, and then let it backwards C. Backwards C for the face. Backwards C, backwards C, back, okay. Because once I have a good outline, I'm more likely to stay inside the lines because I have a human brain. Awesome. Okay, now we can paint it in. And we don't have to worry about curves or nothing. We just go up, down, ear to nose, so I get more white paint. Don't put it on really thick because we really want to keep the eye. But, you know, I don't want to put it on super. But I go over the eye. But look, you can still see it. You can still see his eye in there. So when it dries, you'll still see the eye. Don't worry. And then I get it wet. How come? Because we're going to add the gray. Smush, smash, smush, smash, smush, smash. Push the paint, pull the paint, push the paint. Ew, I don't like this lump I have up here on his neck. I'm going to have to flatten that with my paintbrush. A blob. There. Oh, I don't like that either. Softer. Okay, there. I have a blob on our ear. I have 2 hairs in my paintings. You know it's good luck when you get hairs in your painting? Did you know that? I bet you didn't know that. You know why? Because it's original. If it was a print, you know, a print like a poster, no texture, no original hairs or nothing. So you know it, oh, that was handmade by a human. You know it's good. Not a printer. No printer made this. Okay, who got theirs all their face all wet? And then check for shininess. Oh, the front of her nose is not wet. How did I miss that? Well, okay, that's better. Okay, I was looking for making the light shine on my paint to make sure. Okay, now you can get your smaller paintbrush. She just gets gray for us. That's her only job, right? Because this would grab way too much paint. So we're gonna put it from her eye to her nose, but tiny, a tiny bit, tiny. So less than a poke. I'm literally gonna sneak up on my gray and just barely touch it. So I'm sneaking. Okay, I got a speck. Just a speck. Now you do it. I don't need very much. It's just a little shadow because we all have this dent right here but between our nose and our cheek. That's what we're making. And it's not very dark. It's not dark like the shadow by our neck, right? So I got this little boogie of gray. Where should I drop it off at? I'm going to make a line from her eye to her nose. And what if I run out by the time I get to her nose? Oh. So I touch her eye. I can still sort of see it. Eye to her nose. Done. And it was just a speck of gray. Just a little something, something. It's this little dent right here. Well, we just put a stripe on her face. Should we leave it like that? That looks bad. We should use our big paintbrush and smush it in and make it disappear to mid. First, I make baby gray. So I go eyes to the nose, eyes to the nose, eyes to the nose, eyes to the nose. Made baby gray. And you could put white on it if yours is too gray. Put some white on it. Tell her to calm down, gray. Like, you are too dark. Extra white for you. And then, well, above it and below it should be mistier. Can I make it fuzzier just with my big paintbrush and kind of go slightly under it and slightly above it? And then she turns misty. Now she's not a stripe. I give her permission to be invisible. Invisible.
What if the thing came out big, like for both of them?
Oh, just be soft with your paintbrush. Look at how different these are. This is more scribblier, but it looks wicked good, right? And then this one, I touched it more, so it's more, right? So it doesn't, just be creative. Just be like that. It doesn't have to be all perfect. Just put more white on it and tell her to softer edges, soft edges, disappear invisible edges. Because it's not a line. We make it disappear on the edges. Victoria, get more white and tell the edges to be blurry. Get a poke more white and sneak up to them and go under and above that line. Tell them to calm down. It still looks like a perfect gray line. Tell her to disappear a little bit. The edges should be invisible. Just scratch at the edges so they disappear. Just not the middle. She's fine. But the edges should be invisible. Yeah. Nice. Tell them to calm down. See, go under it, scribbly, and touch just the bottom of it, and go above it. Calm down. Awesome. Okay, now what about her chin? A little shadow under her chin. Mouthy mouth, dirty little mouth. Look, she has a mustache. That was too much gray right there, I think. Oh, shadow, glare. That's too dark. Anyway. But you don't really know how dark it's going to be till it dries. Okay, teeny tiny smaller paintbrush to get our gray. Again, you don't need very much. See the shadow under my chin? It's just a little shadow. So I get a little tiny poke. Right? Let's go. Touch. Got it. That's all I needed. That's it. And then I'm going to run it along the bottom of her chin and her mouth. I just drop it off like a boogie. Get off my paintbrush. Then I decorate with the bigger paintbrush. Okay. That's all I had to do. Just drop it off. And then thank you, goodbye, paintbrush. Then I switch to my big one. But I'm resting because people are doing the gray. I just dropped it off. Because what if there's nothing by the mouth? Big paintbrush will push the gray down there for you. Right? So now I'm going to go. Oh, and when you get to the top, you're finishing the arch, so it's more like a, this is going to be more like a smiley like push, more like a smile right there. Okay, so I'm going to go big paintbrush. I like a half a rainbow up, down, and then down along the mouth, down along. What if I go outside the lines and I get it in the background? I'm going to paint the background next. I don't care. Oh, I did not use very much paint that time. Look how soft it is. It was just a speck. Could I go one row higher just with the little baby gray left in my paintbrush and get that invisibly texture? Now I'm above it. I'm going to tell it to calm down. So this is like a smile by her jaw. And then down, up, down, up, down. And I'm just trying to tell the edge of the gray to calm down. Look at my paint on her neck. Look how darker it's getting. Because the gel in the white is drying. And she turns clear like Elmer's glue and leaves the gray. But you don't know that about paint until you've played with paint. Victoria, add more white to that. Add more white to your gray and smear it around. Add some white and tell her to calm down, gray. Make baby gray with your white paint. Poke your white and mix it in. Nice. So how many color values for 3D? 3. A dark area. Dark along the bottom. Medium area where you start to run out of the gray. Slightly above it, and then the part where it turns white and turns to mist above that, right? So 3. Who has that? Who? I could talk about it all day, but now that you've done it, how's your brain? Does your brain understand it a little better? Check with your brain and be like, if I said that with words and you watched me, would you know how to do it? No. When the teacher shows you math, do you learn math? When do you learn math? when you do it, right? Now that you've done it, you're like, oh, okay. Now I've done it. I have personal experience. I understand it. 3 versions of the color. Who thinks that was awesome? Awesome! So we can clean our paintbrush off. So we're not going to need water for this. We just need a paper towel. And we open our paper towel. And we're just going to get the extra out. And we fold it inside a paper towel. And then squeeze the extra paint out really hard. And a big boogie comes out. You had no idea that your paintbrush could hold that much paint. And then see how it's almost gone? But if I use water, I always worry about water getting trapped in my paintbrush and escaping on my painting. So I learned to do it without. And 1 disaster is all it took me. I never get mad, I just do better, right? All right, now we get to do the background. This big paintbrush gets to rest. Can you find the little paintbrush that was gray? She's filthy too. You gotta lick it off. No. You guys are crazy. I'm not gonna lick it. I just put it in my paper towel and pinch and pull. Oh, I killed it. Let me put it back together. I pulled too hard. Pinch. See, most of it comes off. And it's in my paper towel. Pinch. Because we're going to outline our, just the face and the horn with little paintbrush. Okay, with turquoise. And I gave you a whole bunch of turquoise because I hope you paint turquoise rocks and make little butterflies and stuff to hide in the garden. So fun. And then people find the rocks later and they're all happy. Super fun. Okay, so we're going to open that. Okay, and then we're going to outline. Oh, how do we outline with paint? I'm scared I'm going to get it all over her face. I would if I went like this, scribbly like crayons and markers and color pencils, but we don't do that, huh? We get the paint and we go smash and let 1 hair do all the push outline. So and don't stab your paint because this is so thick it would go down onto the stick. Right? So just go poke and cover up the bristles. All right, there. Right? If I stabbed it hard, I would get my hands in it. Right? And then I go smash, and I'm going to open my paint. What if I get it on the hair? This is just an idea of hair. It's not real. And I go smash. Oh, I'm in the background, right? And then I sneak up and let 1 hair touch horsey face. Unicorn face, I meant. It's makes a big line, but we only care about that 1 hair because we're opening our paintbrush and push like a bulldozer. And then I go in the background and watch. Everybody pause and look up. Watch when I get more paint. I go stab. I'm in the background and then I sneak up. If I stab too close to my horse, I get a glob, which will drip down onto my horse. Does that make sense? So I get more paint and I land next to horse and then sneak up and outline. And you can leave the silver. Some people like it, or you paint over it. Either way. Mouth. Woo. Oh, right now it got dry. Should I scribble harder and get more paint out? No. I go stab. We're just making an outline right now around horsey face. 1 hair is oh, I missed. Let me try again. Poke. And one hair is all that's doing the painting. The rest of the paintbrush is doing whatever. Don't care. Now under her chin, I land in the background first. Land, open my paintbrush, sneak up. 1 hair touches the Sharpie. Who thinks they're doing a good job with that? You know why you're doing such a good job? Because you know how to handwrite. Remember all those years as a kindergartner? You had to do all those tracings. Trace the letter, trace the letter. That's why you're so good at this. But look at this strip right here. On mine. What? See, that's what I was afraid of up here, which I didn't do the landing right there. So I land and then sneak up, and it keeps wild drips. But I don't care about this because I'm going to just paint over it. Ooh, you know what else is delicate? Horn. I need to do my horn. All right then. But look what happens to the horn, right? We can outline it all the way to her forehead, but what happens to the forehead? We actually put hair on her forehead and underneath the horn, okay? So it doesn't matter if you get the turquoise near her head. We're putting bangs. This is actually called something on a horse, but I forget. And then one hair is touching and I push like a bulldozer, and one hair does all the work. And then I get another poke of paint, because you can't get too much of this very thin paint. Batum. This is another drip. What? Who did it good? Aren't you impressed with yourself? You did that. Our face is safe from the turquoise because once we outline something, we are less likely to be a spaz and scribble and get it inside our horse face because we have a good outline. Then we can switch to big paintbrush because there's a lot of space to cover. And look at this hair right here. Is this really the exact shape of the hair? No, it's an idea of hair, right? When we go backwards and we go flick, flick with our paint is actually when we make the ends of the hair, right? So this is just a dumb idea of hair, just so when you got your unicorn, you'd be like, yeah, that's the hair. But we don't have to outline it all perfect because we're going to do this to it on top, right? So with our big paintbrush, we can finish outlining these, but not like we care a lot. Oh, you know what we need to do? We have to do the ear. We could do it with a tiny paintbrush, but we'll do it after we outline. So I get now I can get this, but I don't stab hard because she's thin and she will drip. So I just get one poke, and then I go around and around like I don't care, and I'm just scribbling. And I don't really care about that, and I don't care, and bye Sharpie, don't care. And then I don't stab hard because it's drippity kind of paint. I just get some. La 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 la, like that. I don't really care. What am I gonna do for this beautifulness? The paint goes on our little flicks of paint. When we go like that, goes over the turquoise. More paint, scribbly, scribbly, scribble. Way faster with the big paintbrush. So don't be all delicate when you're outlining the hairs because it's not real. It's an idea of hair, not an actual outline of hair. Does that make sense? Hope I'm saying that good. Yep, so now you just go around the hairs like this. You can make sound effects too because it makes it fun. Scribbly, scribbly. Because is those Sharpie lines going to disappear after it dries? They're still going to be there because that's why I use Sharpie, not pencil. It's going to be there. So our idea and which direction the hairs will still exist. So what happens after we're done with that? Could you just paint the rest of the background? So you can go perfectly straight lines. You can make a bunch of fluffy scribbles. Looks like clouds. You decide how you want to do the background. So I get turquoise, but don't get too much paint at one time because it's very drippity. Just get some. And then push and pull and push and pull. And then when you get near your horsey, just slow down. Slow, slow, slow. Okay, I touched the other turquoise. I'm safe. Whoa. Okay, and then I scribble when I'm not near horsey. We could put 2 layers of turquoise and make it very, very turquoise. But if we want. Okay, now I get more. I'm going to go slow when I'm near horsey. Slow, 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 slow. Little tiny sneaks. And then I can go big when I'm farther away from her. And I got to go all the way and fall off the page. Woo! See? It dripped on me. Dripped on my sock. I'm wearing socks. And does all colors darken when they dry? Yes. The white gel that colors float in. You guys ever gone to Home Depot and seen them make paint? And they open the can, and what color is the can of paint inside when you're going to make a color? It's white. It's white gel that turns clear like Elmer's glue. Then they put the color in it. So the gel spreads the color on the wall even. So you're like, will this turquoise get darker? When it dries. Because the white gel it floats in disappears. So now I go, oh, under her chin. Uh-oh, slow down. You know what I don't like? When there's little white pieces left. I see all these little white pieces. I'm going to have to do a second coat. Go back and hunt for the little white pieces. I don't like it. My paint was just thin right there or something. I'll go hunting for the white things when I'm done. See? When I look at it straight ahead, when it's not reflecting from that bright light, I could totally see through it. We could just go over it twice. Now I'm going to do around the horn. Poke. Drippity paint. Oh yeah, that's hair. I almost painted it turquoise up to his head. And I've done this painting before. This line right here tricked me. I almost started painting all this. See? I almost painted between the horn and the ear turquoise. What a crazy. Focus. Okay. I caught myself though. I never get mad. I just do better. I only have a little bit of white left. Woo-hoo, you're jealous of me. But now that I'm done, who else needs some more? Hey, Brandon, use your big paintbrush. It'll work way better. That little paintbrush was just for outlining. That'll take all day. Big paintbrush, smash your paintbrush will be huge. Nice. Now that I'm done, I have tons of little white see-through parts where my paint wasn't very thick and they're starting to peek through as it dries. These are called holidays. Right? The paint, you're like, oh, I did such a good job, and then it dries. You know why? Because when it's wet, you can't tell where the paint is thick and thin. Right? So now I'm going to go back. I just get more paint. I'm just going to go over it one more time and just go hunting. Bye. Get rid of all those. Just get a little poke more paint and shove it around my slippery paint. Goodbye, all you weirdo white see-through things. Bye. Oh, look at that one. I totally didn't even see it. But when it dries, it starts to dry and get sticky. The paint pulls away from itself. And you can see little holes. And this spot. And that spot. Oh, yep. Little poke, little dots. Oh my gosh. This side has a ton. See if you can see it. But my light is too reflecty. This is very see-through. There must have been no paint on my paintbrush when I did that. So much better second coat. The color is richer. Love, 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 love. Like it, like it, like it. Some of you are done and you're resting. That's nice. Good resting. Or you're putting a second coat on while you wait. That's good too. And when you're absolutely sure you're all done with your turquoise, we can rinse this out. Do you know why? Because if we just left this on the table like this, by the time we were done with our painting, it would be too hard to clean. It would turn to plastic. Once it's turned to hard plastic, you can't get it back out. But while it's wet, we can rinse it out. And you rinse, right? And look at all that water in there. So I paper towel it, and I'm trying to make sure there's no more plastic or color. Oh, it's dripping everywhere. But look at, see, that's still plastic left over inside my paintbrush. So I better try again. Because acrylic means plastic. So if it's still left in there, it will dry hard, and we can't use this paintbrush no more. And I'm just bouncing my paintbrush up and down in the cup. Bounce, 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 bounce. And I'm pushing the water up inside the... Now I'm going to try it one more time. Pinch is dripping. Oh, look at that. Wait, that one is clear. So I knew I did a good job. Oh, that one's clear. Just dirty water. But not until you're ready. Don't rinse out your paintbrush until you're ready. Oh, you know what we could do while we're waiting? Rinse out this one too, because it's got turquoise on it, and we want to use it for our main, and it's filthy. So we're going to hop up and down in our water. I just bounce up this. Sorry, this is what I'm doing. I didn't even show you. Why do I bounce it like this? Because I'm trying to force the water up inside the bristles. And then I pinch it with my paper towel. Without breaking it up. See, it still had some plastic in it. But I'm going to try it one more time. That's better. Yay! I did it. Clean. Sort of. Yep. And then you use a paper towel to squeeze it. And then check it. Is it mostly clean? Or is there chunks of plastic coming out? You might have to do it again with another napkin. Because when it has no more paint, you know it won't dry hard. Good job. Who feels good about it so far? Look what we get to do next. Right? So... eye, ear, nose, mouth, horn, then all this funness. Can't wait. So can you find your itty bitty just born teeny tiny paintbrush? I just had mine. Did it roll away? Where'd it go? On the floor? What the? There it is. It did fall on the floor. I found it. You know what we need to do? Look, we didn't paint the ear. I forgot. But this tiny paintbrush is clean. She could do the back of the ear. Look. It's a little, the back of the ear is just a piece of white with a speck of gray in it. And then we attach it to her back. Like that. We could do that, right? And then this is a tiny paintbrush, so she can't hold on to very much paint anyway. Right? So I just can stab my white because she can't hold very much anyway. So just go stab. Now I'm going to paint not the inside black triangle. No, the back of her ear. Oh, who remembers how to outline? I know you do. So I land in the ear and go open my paintbrush, smash, and let one hair touch the Sharpie from inside the ear. Squish, smash, 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 smash. Want to see that better? So I got paint, and I landed inside the ear. Let me go higher up. I go land in the ear, smash, open my paintbrush, and sneak up to the Sharpie on one side, land inside, and up to the Sharpie on the other side. White paint, just make it slippery with white. But it's already white, so why are we getting it wet with white? To add a speck. We just need a speck of gray.
What do we put in the ear?
White paint with our teeniest, tiniest paintbrush with white paint. Because she's clean and she's little, so she'll fit in the ear good. And then how much gray to get it to be the same version of color as her back? I don't know, just a little bit. So, tin kind of paintbrush, I'm going to sneak up on my gray, just like a little tiny poke. Let's go and poke, because this is a very small shape, this little ear thing. And I'm just going to smush in the gray and make baby gray. Watch me. Everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy. I'm going to wipe off the gray. We always do that, right? And then I kind of mush it around. But wait, I made baby gray. Now I'm going to attach it to her back. There. So that it's attached. I'm attached. And then look what I did. I used my finger to make sure it would turn invisible on the end. Did that work with the ear? Was that good? What was the no paint finger for? Wasn't that trying to do a blurry, disappearing moment? Right? I went like that, where I wanted that gray to disappear. And then I went calm down with my finger, because I didn't want to come to a stop like that. Now you have a little grayish, whitish ear. Right? So it matches her back a little bit. Now I'm going to get this paper towel is disgusting. I'm going to get another one. Blech. Clean my paintbrush, my baby paintbrush with a pen. Okay, now I'm going to paint and then the paint around your horn is already dry. Oh, I got paint on me, so I lied. So everybody check. Make sure the paint around your horn, because we're going to paint the horn. I don't want turquoise in your horn. So use your finger and just make sure, because you're wiping it off at the same time you're checking, make sure it's dry around your horn. Did everybody check your horn with your finger? Go around and make sure turquoise is dry right there. And then if it's not dry, you cut it off with your finger. Mine was mostly dry. It was thick right here in this corner, actually, by her forehead. I had a blob right there. Okay, now I get to do horn. Right? So, horn is white with little letter C's. But the letter C's start off, and they're a finger space apart, and they're gray. So it's white, so I can go C, 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 and the C's get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, right? So I'm gonna paint the horn white, stab, just like the ear, and I land inside the horn, and I go smash, and then sneak up, and let one hair touch the turquoise. Oh, it's so hard to stay straight. I totally messed that up. I was a little bit bumpy. You know why? Because I'm human. It's my parents' fault because they're human, but I can't draw a straight line. So I get a little bit bumpy. But I forgive myself. And then I get more white. Now I'm going to try to I land in the horn and then sneak down. Oh, that was way straighter. I did it better that time. And then now I could just, now that I made a nice white outline on both sides of my horn, because once you have an outline, you don't go outside the lines. Now I can get more white and just fill it in. Uh-oh, but I don't want to get it on her face. Well, I guess I can get it on her face. Her forehead's white, so I guess it doesn't matter. Besides, what happens right here by her forehead? It gets a bunch of hair on it, so who cares? They're not letter C's, they're backward C's. They're backward C's. So like the bump of a B or the bump of a lowercase d, right? So they go this way, bump, 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 right? So I said C, which would be the other way. No, that's not it. So I go like that. And they're also like little smiles, right? So I'm going to get some gray. How much gray do you think I need? I got a speck of gray. Now everybody pause and look up even if you're busy. So they are the bumps on a B or the bumps on a lowercase d, right? Bump. So I just make, the first one will be big because the horn is big. So I touch the top of the horn and go letter B. Oh my gosh, I'm already out of gray paint. Okay, I get more. And then there's a little speck. My table's over here. And then they're finger space apart. They don't touch. They're not friends. Let me get closer. And then I go from the top and I go letter B. Oh, it ran out. I don't care. And then I get a little poke more. Poke. A letter B. I just do it from top to bottom. Letter B. Oh, see, I thought I could do two with one poke, but the second one was invisible. You have to get a poke every time, tiny speck every time. Thought I could trick and do two, but no, you cannot. And then it gets smaller and small, and there's space between each one, right? No touchies. Letter B, it is getting smaller. Another speck of paint. Smaller, lowercase b. Oh. Now you do it. You've drawn letter B's your whole life, so you know that shape. You have memorized. No worries there. Just you're worried about how to space them and if you could draw them from top to bottom. Once you do one successful, you know for sure you could do it. It's just big, 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 big. You know what would be fun? You know that glitter Elmer's glue? Just saying. After we were all done and it was dry, get glitter glue and then paint on it with glitter glue. I'm just saying. That would be fun for me. But we won't have enough time. I don't have any glitter glue. But that would be... where do they have glitter glue at? I put some glitter glue in her hair, in the background, on her cheeks. But it had to be dry first, right? I'm just saying that'd be fun. Okay, how about her eye? We need to clean this little paintbrush. Pinch. And make sure go pointy again. If we rub her really hard like this on a paper towel, all her hairs would stick out and she wouldn't be no good. So I always clean a paintbrush with a pinch so she goes back to smooth. And I need blick. So this one, let me show you the difference. You guys decide. This one is with pure black, right? There's that eye. And this one is black with mixed with a little bit of white to make gray. Which do you like? So if you like the gray one, I'll just tell you a trick. You can use the black lid and put some black in the lid and a speck of white and mix a new color right here, right? And make your gray. Or you just make it black. I'm gonna make mine black. I like it dramatic, just me. After it's painted black and it dries, you could probably put purple on top. That would be fun, but we can't do it today. So I'm going to go, okay, black. With the tiniest, tiny paintbrush. Oh my gosh, I'm scared. How do you outline? Everybody pause and look up. Pause, Alejandra. Watch. How do I outline? Watch me. Everybody pause and look up. I'm going to smash my paintbrush in the middle of her eye and let my paintbrush open. Straight line across the top. And it's a half a circle on the bottom. But I land from inside her eye. Right? So I land so it can open. So that one hair can touch the Sharpie. So there's the straight line at the top. And then a smile on the bottom. But did I try to outline it? No, I let that one hair trick do it. From inside the eye, I go open and let one hair sneak up and outline from the inside. And then don't get any more paint. Did you know in your paintbrush right now, everybody watch, everybody pause and look up, that dirty little black paintbrush is the exact amount of right black paint to make this little nose. It's still in your paintbrush. If I get another stab, it might drip and be too thick. But right now, after you do the eye, that is perfect amount in your, it's just like a little comma, parentheses, I don't know. See how you can still see it because I did it in black? Not fun. Now how about the mouth, right? The mouth naturally looks like a smile because it's slanted. You don't have to curl it. Okay, it's all curled. Because it's an upward slant, your brain thinks it's a smile. So, okay, everybody pause and look up. Do I scribble when I make a straight line with a paintbrush? Every time we go back and forth, the line gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I just want to land on the front of her lips and go where the line is and go up, stop. Should I scribble? No. I just touch my black paint. Watch me, everybody watch. I touch the front and push up, drive the car. I didn't go because black is permanent and you can't even wash it off. You will freak out if you get it wrong, right? But it's from the lips, front of the lips up. Yay. Now you have to lick off your paintbrush. No, we have to do the inside of her ear, you crazy nut. Who's doing gray? Who's doing a dark gray? Anyone? That was just a suggest. Some people don't like it as black. Now the inside of her ear. What? I can draw a triangle. Please. I land inside the ear. Triangle, triangle. Lick. Oh, it goes higher up. Mess that up. It's a skinny little triangle. No problem. Now they have eyes. It looks like it's looking at us, right? But everything that's alive on this planet has round, wet eyes. Well, she doesn't have, she has flat eyes right now. So if you could look at my eye, right? I have a little glint that's coming from that light over there and everything is wet, right? But it can't, the dot can't be in the middle of my eye. That's if it was flat and I was dead. The dot would be in the middle. If I'm alive and it's round, like this, the dot will be slightly to the top and in the corner because my eye is round, right? It's like the way you look at a Christmas ball, right? And it's all like distorted. So I go, okay, don't use your paintbrush because it's got black in it. What if we use our stick? Would that make a perfect little speck of white? Oh my gosh, but there's so much paint in here. I'm afraid I'm going to get a giant Look how much paint I gave us for white. But I'm actually gonna touch the side of the cup because I don't want very much white. I got some. But I did not stab. That would be a huge blob that might drip, right? So I touch the side of the cup and then where does the little highlight go? In the top corner. Because she has round eyes and I just go and spit. She looks alive now. It's just a little glint. Why? Because things that are alive are shiny, shiny, wet eyes. That's this planet. That's our eye design here. Cuteness, right? Look at us. Okay, now we get to make a mane. And we're going to do practice mane just for our brain, just for our understanding. Okay, so we're going to use the little paintbrush that you got. And we're just going to do a small little section of mane like this and do a sample, like a sample on her, on the horsey, just so we can go through the whole process and then go, oh, I understand, right? Because if we do the whole, you're going to be like, what? What is she saying? I don't know, what? So instead, we're going to do it and then understand it and then do the whole mane, okay? So I got my little paintbrush and right? Let me show you. So we're going to put and these are just words because we're going to do it together, but a glob of white on the bottom, pieces of pink. There's 2 colors of pink, and there's blue and purple. And we're just going to put blobs of paint. And then we can take our paintbrush and stretch those colors together. Touch the white and push it back. And touch the white and streak the pink and the purple and the blue together. Okay? But we're going to do it once for understanding. So I'm going to get my white paint. And I'm going to stab it like I'm mad. Stab! That's a lot, right? Looks dangerous, but I'm going to be careful. And it's only like 2 fingers big, right? 3 fingers, tops. But I'm just going to put it on the bottom of her mane, just above her neck. Like it's a big booger. Remember how we could drop off color and then play with it? And it's like a lump. Can you see it? Look how much I put. Oh, wait. Remember what I told you? Pause and look up. Which is better? A lot of paint or a little bit of paint? Right? The little bit of paint looks all dry and sketchy. Okay, so I put a blob of white. Okay, now I'm going to open my 2 pinks. One is, her name is Magenta. And the other one, I call her Pink. She's actually Pithantho Red, but that doesn't make no sense to me. I think she's pink. I don't know. So open your pinks. It doesn't matter what you call them. We just go dark pink, light pink, I don't care. Right? And I'm just going to stab Magenta. Stab! Dirty paintbrush and all. Yes. And I'm just going to, oh, look it. Got white on my, because I was being wild. I got white on my, okay, so I'm just going to go put a blob of magenta. And it's touching my white, but I don't care. Oh, I have magenta on my paintbrush. I'm just going to get a paper towel. Get the extra, oh, I can lick it off. I just like this pinch. It wouldn't kill you, but it tastes like garbage. So I got the extra, right? And then get the other pink. Stab! Because I don't care. This is a sample, right? This isn't the whole thing. It's just for learning and understanding. We'll do the whole mane. And then you'll love it. And then right next to her, on top of the white, I put other color. Oh my God, look how much I put. Does it matter? So no. Because we're going to streak these and make stripes out of them. So I put a blob of pink. Remember, don't scrub these colors together. We are dropping them off. Okay? And what if you get hair on your neck? Manes touch necks. Okay? Now I clean that off. And now I can get purple and dark blue. Dark blue. purple love. Look how much colors I gave you. Guys better decorate some rocks or something. Okay, now some purple stem and maybe a glob here and a glob. I don't care. I just drop off like boogies. And I'm not mixing them together. I'm dropping them off so I can play with them. Purple, purple. And then I clean my paintbrush pitch. And then dark blue, maybe the opposite of wherever purple was. Maybe here for blue and there for blue. So they're opposites. I don't know. Now look at that weird pattern of color. White touching the neck, pink, pink, blue, purple, blue, purple. Oh my God, right? It's like a mess. And then which way, if I was petting her, which way does her hair go? Back, 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 right? But I can look at, if you want your hair to be pointy, right? Remember when it comes to a point, you have to push back, stop, touch, back, stop, touch. You cannot go forward. You can't go forward, back, forward, back. Those aren't be pointy. Okay, everybody watch. Everybody pause and look up, even if you're busy. Clean paintbrush. Clean paintbrush. Now watch me. I'm going to touch the white and softly streak it through the pink. Oops. Pink, blue, purple, flick. Next row, touch the white. There, pink, purple, flick. Touch the white, blue, pink, flick. And I'm doing it super soft and I'm making streaks out of those. And I streak them. And then the front ones, right? And I go and I can only push out, out. I can't pull backwards. That will mix them too much. So I land and push. And look at the interesting stripes that I got. I could even add more white to that. Get a speck of white and see what a highlight. Oh no. Going back a second time, look what I did. I tried to add more colors and touch it twice. I don't love it anymore. I wish I didn't go back and touch it again. I just mixed my colors together and it's not as beautiful and it just turned blue. I liked how it was before. So who understands it now? So all we did was take our colors and they're just sitting like that and we went and then we made, and the colors are allowed to sit next to each other. We're not mixing a new color, we're striping them. We're pulling on them. And then we flick, and then how's it, we're petting this way? A back. So they're pointing at this back wall right here. Who wants to try more? Did you understand this? Pretty good, right? What if your next row of hairs covers up these hairs? So it's a mane, right? So I clean my paintbrush. Oh, I'm gonna put the lid on black. She makes me nervous, and turquoise. Don't you guys spill or nothing. Okay. They worry me. All I need is a mess. Okay, now I clean my paintbrush because I'm gonna go get, and look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. Now I get clean it, pinch, so I can get white. And who feels like they didn't get enough paint? It didn't smear good. I mean, put the paint on thick. But what happens if you touch it twice? Who's the darkest color? Purple and blue. If you keep touching it like this, it's blue. So we want to touch it once and just go white, pink, purple, let go. White, pink, purple, let go. No scribbly, scribbly. Okay, more? How about if we go behind the ear? So I'm going to get white. And it's a disgusting amount behind the ear. Look at how much paint am I using. I'm not even scared anymore. I'm just throwing it on there. I don't care. I don't care. Because what's better to play with? Lots of paint or thin paint? Lots. And we'll flick them. And then what goes on top of that? Some pink. Which pink? Either pink. And I go, stab the pink. And I go, a dash of pink and a dash of pink. Those are magenta. I'm saying it wrong. But then I didn't put a big long stripe of it because I want to mix it up with the other pink. So I get the other pink and I go, kind of like I did with the blue and the purple, stab! And I can go, pink there and pink there. Whatever. So when does all the magic happen? Putting the paint on or the flick? And we can only touch and let go. You can't go back the other way because you'll push blue down. We only go up. White, pink, purple, blue. White. We can't go down and push blue down. Okay, now blue, purple, stab. I don't know, a purple piece and a purple piece. Clean my paintbrush and then a blue piece, blue. A blue piece, a blue piece. You're jealous of me. Who feels like this is fun? Making new colors is fun. So what if yours turns out ugly and you hate it? When it's dry, could you go and what you've learned, paint the mane twice? Yes, you could paint. Don't be scared. If it turns out like garbage mane, you're just like, well, I'm in about 30 minutes, it'll be dry and I'm going to paint it again because I scrubbed it too much. Who cares? Okay, now I'm going to go, which way is it laying? Yeah, that way. I can see my Sharpie a little bit, but she's pointing. Isn't she pointing? Sharpie. So now I can go touch the pink and then the pink to the purple, the white to the pink, the white, the pink, the purple. Look at the stripes I'm getting. Should I touch it more and mix them together or just let them sit there like stripes? I love it. So I touch the white and push it through the pink and the purple. I like how when I let go, it's pointy. Because I can't pull backwards or I'll push the blue down to the white. So you land and push away. Land and push away. And push and push. Uh-oh, I'm going to overlap the other part. Who cares? Whoosh. I can't touch it too much. How come? It'll just make a color. And then I will be so bored because it turned into one color. One color. We could have just stirred all these colors on our plate. Right? How about we, because these ones go from the horn back over the ear that way. Or you could go down the side. Right? What do you want to do? Right? How about we do these ones? And it doesn't go up the whole length of the horn. Look. It only goes up a little bit. It's just a little bit. Look, I touched it too much. Look, it turned blue. Oh! So it's from the horn over the top. From the horn over the ear. Horn, ear, horn, ear, horn, ear. Okay, so I'm going to get my white. Stab! I'm going to put it along the bottom. Protect my ear. Stop at the ear. Glob of paint. I want more white. I want it to be shiny. I like the white streaks. I'm going to put more. Oh, okay, that's thicker. More paint is prettier. Sorry, let me go closer. I see you straining. I just put it between her horn and her ear, and I'm trying not to get it on her ear. So maybe slow down. Okay, and then lick my paintbrush. Seeing if anyone's doing it. Nope. Okay, I just use a paper towel pitch. They try to trick you. And then I get 2 colors of pink, and I stab my magenta and go dash, dash. And then I get the other pink, dash, dash. Okay, there. I don't know. I'm just layering them, right? Because I don't flick them until I got all my colors on there. Clean my paintbrush. Now I can use purple and blue. Stab my purple. Purple. Careful of the ear. Purple. I feel like I want to get it on the ear. But do horses' hair gets on their ear? Yeah. It's their hair. So don't be scared. And then blue where purple isn't. There. So they're just blobs. That looks terrible. Looks weird. What a weirdo. What are you doing, lady? Well, here comes the magic, right? Now I clean my paintbrush with no paint on my paintbrush. Cleany. Now I'm gonna, which way is the hair going though? I touch the horn and go up. Wait, what? Everybody pause and look up. I touch the horn and go a little bit up first. Up, goes up, then back, and over the ear. Can I show you? Everybody pause and look up. I'm gonna go up along the horn and I go, hello. So it went like that first. Then the next one goes, phew, phew, phew. Uh-oh, look at, there's a space. I have to go back. Okay, there, and then whoosh, over her ear, over the top of her ear, over. I have too much blue, but whatever. As long as I don't keep touching it. What happens if I keep touching it? Blue is way more powerful than all my colors, and the whole thing just turns blue because she's the darkest. But I did get some streakies. I'm all into those streaky parts. Those streaky parts. Uh-oh, now I have to go down the rest of her mane. What? Okay, we've done it twice. Who thinks you can do it by yourself? No helpsies. Doesn't it make sense to your brain now? Right? So we put glob of white, pink, purple, blue, streaky. But now they're pointing down. You know, her hair is pointing. Let me show you. Everybody pause and look up. Right? This part's just pointing down. Right? Down. So who thinks they can decorate it without my help? You already understand it. Blobs of paint, streaky. You be creative. Do you want more pink in yours? More white in yours? More blue in yours? You just do it. You just go. Just like, oh, hey lady, I got this. And you go, okay, fine. You just do it then. So I'm going to get my white. I'm going to talk though, because teachers can't help but talk. I'm going to get my white. I think I'm going to do mine in 2 sections. It looks big. So glob of white, 2 kinds of pink, globule. Oops. And then other pink. I almost got the same pink. Pink. And then blue, purple. And clean my paintbrush. You just keep going. You just ignore me. You decorate. You just go. I'm just talking. Okay, now I'm going to point my hair pointing down to the ground, down from the white through the pink, white, swish, swish. That's one of my best ones. I just have to show it off. Get that on film. I have stripes. I didn't touch it twice. Hey, this up here had pokey parts and this part doesn't. Aw, I missed the pokey parts. There, the stick outy parts. All right. Okay, do it some more. Some white. Pink. Who's getting creative now? Who's really flicking? Who's just going flicking? Who thinks, okay, mine is bad and I'm going to paint mine over later? Both are equal good. Could you do that? Absolutely. It's your painting. You go, this was my rough draft and I'm painting a second time with more understanding. Fair. Because this is Earth, and Earth is a giant setup where you can only learn by doing. Right? So you're like, oh, I didn't do the very first time I've ever done it. I didn't do it good. So do it the next time. Oh, Alejandra, we're using the smaller paintbrush. Yeah, to make the little flicks. down, 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 flick, 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 flick. Who likes your straightities? Who's proud? I know. Each one, I could stare at each one and have wonder and awe. But, hey, it's like it happened by itself. I love this one with the streaks it did. I love this one, had extra white in it. What? You know what else it looks like? Feathers. Like a wild bird. But if you keep touching it, what color does it become? Blue. Because blue is the most darkest color. So if you don't want it blue, stop touching it. Isn't she pretty? But she doesn't have any bangs. So look at mine. This one has teensy tiny amounts of but look, I didn't use very much paint. It's all scratchy. I don't like it. But it's same way, but they float down. They don't really, maybe one or two could touch their face, but I'm not like painting her face. I would like to see her eye. You wouldn't like your bangs and your eyes either. Okay, and then this one, look at this one. I touched it so much, I kept touching it by the eye. That's so bad. It was the first time I painted it, and I kept, look at how blue it turned out. I kept touching and whatever. And I tried to stay away from the eye, but look at these weird marks. Terrible. But it was the first time I painted it, so I love and forgive myself. Okay, so, and it's just this little triangle right here. Horn, forehead. Horn, forehead. Everybody pause and look up. This is where it's just right here, along the horn and above the eye. Along the horn and above the eye. That's the only place you get to have the bangs, right? So, oh, my paintbrush is dirty. Let me clean it. Even my napkin's pretty. You're jealous of my napkin. Okay, so I get white, and it's just this like an L shape. White there. Right? Just because they're all going to come out of that one little V right there. What if I get some on the horn? It's her hair. Right? Her hair does get on that. And then my two colors of pink. Pinking pink. I was too aggressive. That just dripped on her face. I need to calm down. And then I clean my paintbrush so I can get blue, purple. Blue. Polkity, polkity. Purple. Purple. Okay, everybody pause and look up. Everybody pause, even if you're busy. Okay, I am going to pull all of it from the same spot. Her hair comes out right here from this corner. So I can go straight up the horn and curl forward. I go back to the corner. I go back to the corner, 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 like that. So it's, ooh, that looks, but look at, shouldn't there be some bangs? And I did that. That was kind of awesome. I kind of like it. But look, it looks naked right there in front of her horn. Could I just maybe poke some white and some pink in my paintbrush? I poked white and pink and just let maybe some hairs fall. Oh, that needs some blue in it. Just some random colors that kind of hang down a little bit. There. It looks like a birthday party. Why does that remind me of a birthday party? Maybe that's the pointy hat we wear, and then it's got fluff around. I don't know. It looks like a birthday party. I just want a few little hairs to go in front of the horn too. Just like little, maybe some. Oh, look at yours. Betty, Molly, and Pearl. I don't know which one you are. Nice. Look at the texture you went with. Oh, eyelashes. Okay, you just go then with the eyelashes. What? With the one with the eyelashes, watch me. I could get blue paint with my finger and put an eyeball in there so that there's a little a round eyeball inside the eyelashes, and then put the little white dot. Does that make sense? So it's not all black. Put a little blue eyeball. I just poked my own eye. I meant to point at my eye. So that it's not all eyelashes. Put a little blue eyeball in there. You guys don't have to do that. I was just saying for her because she had lots and lots of eyelashes, and we can add an eyeball to help you see her eye. Who's going to do their mane over, or do you love yours? Do you love yours? When we started and you saw this picture, who thought, oh yeah, I'm totally going to be able to do that? Or were you like, yeah, right, lady. No, mine's going to look like garbage. And then we finished and we're like, very similar. That is very similar to mine. Nice job. Who liked making the colors the best? That I know. Every time I paint, all my happiness and gigglies. Oh, look at that one with pink and purple hair. Oh, stop it. Look at Betty Molly Pearl. And then Valencia, look at yours. Nice. Sophia, are you going to show yours off? Everybody show yours off. I want to see. Unless you're done. If you're not done, you know. If you're done, show yours off. Oh, look at it. That looks like a great stallion that's going for a night. Like he's going, it's from a fairy story. And then it's almost like blue fire coming off of his mane. Love it. Valencia, I see yours too. Good job, Brandon. Looks like a mighty warrior. Oh, and Crystal. Oh, look at yours. Emma, look at all the colors in her mane. Are those your fave colors? Because I think you're a fan of purple. It looks very purple. Valencia, I like yours. And Crystal and Emma. Sophia, are you going to show yours off? Can you hold up your painting to the camera so I can get a peeky? Look at her. You love purple too. Look at the purple and the blue in her hair. Very pretty. And she has such a happy smile. She's a very calm horsey. Unicorn. Very beautiful. You guys did a great job. I love it.